Hey there! Today I'm sharing a chilling story about a girl who discovered the power to uncover everyone's darkest secrets, but it turned out to be more of a curse than a gift. Stay tuned, because this tale will leave you thinking.
It started on a Tuesday. My mailman knocked on the door instead of leaving the usual stack of bills and junk in the mailbox. When I opened the door, his eyes went glassy, like someone hit pause on the part of him that makes decisions. "I stole a letter once," he said, his voice distant, mechanical. It had a lottery ticket inside, winning numbers. I kept it. The family lost their home waiting for that money. Then he blinked, handed me the mail with a cheerful "have a nice day," and walked away, whistling. I barely made it to the bathroom before I started dry heaving. By Friday, I had collected 37 confessions. The checkout girl at the grocery store admitted to stealing from her disabled mother's savings. My coworker confessed he'd witnessed a murder in college and never reported it. My neighbor revealed she'd buried her stillborn baby in the garden 20 years ago, telling everyone it had died at the hospital. Each confession followed the same pattern: eye contact, that unsettling glazed look, and then the flood of truth. Afterward, they'd snap back to normal, completely unaware of what they'd said. Only I remembered. Only I carried their sins. I tried sunglasses, but the confessions came anyway. Communicating through text didn't help the admissions seep through my phone. My inbox filled with typed confessions of infidelity, fraud, and violence. It didn't matter how hard I tried to block it out. At night, I lay awake, drowning in other people's darkness, their secrets pressed against my skull, fighting for space in my overcrowded mind. I started categorizing them: petty crimes, betrayals, violence. The truly unforgivable ones I locked away in a mental vault, but they leaked out in my dreams. Then my father visited. It was Sunday, and he brought lasagna, my mother's recipe. "You look tired, honey," he said, reaching for my hand across the dinner table. Our eyes met. "I killed your mother," he said, flat and cold. "She didn't die of cancer. I poisoned her slowly, over months, changed her medications. She was going to leave me, take you away. I couldn't let that happen." When he blinked back to himself, he just smiled and asked if I wanted more garlic bread. I excused myself and threw up everything I'd eaten. When I came back, he was washing dishes, humming my mother's favorite song. That night, I couldn't stop digging. I looked up unexplained death clusters, suspicious cancer cases, unsolved murders. I cross-referenced them with my father's business trips over the years. Patterns emerged. Names. Numbers. My mother wasn't his first. I called the police, but how could I explain? My father confessed, but he doesn't remember, and oh, by the way, I'm cursed with the ability to extract confessions from people they'd lock me up instead of him. So I planned, carefully, methodically. I invited him over for dinner. "I made Mom's recipe," I said, watching him eat. "Everything exactly the way she used to make it." His eyes widened slightly at the bitter almond aftertaste, but it was too late. As he lay dying on my dining room floor, I knelt beside him, holding his gaze. "Confess," I whispered. "Confess them all." And he did. Name after name, death after death, the truth spilling out with his last breaths. I recorded everything. When the police arrived, I was sitting calmly beside his body. I handed them my phone, filled with his confessions and detailed records matching cold cases across 3 decades. They called me a hero. The daughter who uncovered a serial killer. The woman who brought closure to dozens of families. But I knew the truth. I hadn't exposed my father's secrets. I'd transformed them into my own. Now I visit prisons, making eye contact with inmates. I've built a reputation among law enforcement for getting confessions. They don't know why I always wear sunglasses afterward, why I flinch at my own reflection. They don't know that every confession adds another voice to the chorus in my head, another shadow to the darkness behind my eyes. They don't know that every night I sit in front of my mirror, staring into my own eyes, desperately trying to confess. But some secrets refuse to be told. Some burdens can't be shared. And some gifts are really curses in disguise.